Hello everyone with 6 here bringing another cast today. This one is going to be a custom 4 versus 4 on the map Island Zero, a fairly interesting map. Let's introduce the teams first. Down here on the south side, we have Clinch, who is going Cyan Cybran. Over here we have Turkish Noob, who is going Yellow Seraphim. Over here we have Code Pants, who is going Purple Cybran. And up here on the top we have Dr. Schniz, who is going Green UEF. And on the north side, we have Achieved Jaguar, who is going Purple Seraphim. We have Mistake Not, who is going Pink Cybran. Over here, we have Battlefront, who is going Brown Aeon. And last but not least, we have Bone Collector, who is going Beige Cybran. So, Island Zero is a fairly interesting map. It's very small. It's only a 10 by 10. And the battle is going to be contained in this island with a little bit of play in the expansions over here. But you could probably fit a 5 versus 5 map in this area, and all 8 commanders are within this area. So you tend to get a lot of very early commander play. You get a lot of early T1 spam. It's going to be it's kind of interesting because it kind of tests like how well you're able to spam versus balancing the eco. So let's just see how they're doing first. We have 2 commanders from the south side moving north. You have Dr. Schniz and Code Pants over here, who's moving north, going to try to take these mexes and the reclaim here. You have some loyalists. You have some bangers. That looks like another loyalist over here. So you got like several hundred maps over here, plus this cruiser. And you have Battlefront, who's moving down too. And you see over here, this is kind of interesting. You have Mistake Not and Achieved Jaguar, who's moving down south through the water, kind of towards Turkish Noob's base. He's moving into the water too, but I don't know if he can see this coming. He probably can't. Meanwhile, it looks like that the ACUs have met in the front. You have 2-to-1 ACUs here. Dr. Schniz and Battlefront are going to go at it with each other. Meanwhile, Code Pants is going to try to get some reclaim for himself. Meanwhile, Turkish Noob has made contact with Achieved Jaguar's commander, and Mistake Not's commander as well. So he just moved past him. He's going to move backwards. I'm not sure what he was planning on doing, but he just paused his commander. He had looks like that Achieved Jaguar. Yeah, he's going straight for this destroyer. Oh yeah, I forgot about to mention this. There are 2 destroyer wrecks on the map as well. You have this destroyer wreck over here, right in front of Turkish's base that Achieved Jaguar is just going to steal. So he's going to take that reclaim that should have gone to the south side for the north side, and you obviously have this destroyer wreck over here in Mistake Not's base that she is going to reclaim. So you have so Turkish and Achieved Jaguar are going to be fighting each other. Then Mistake Not is going to back him up. So it's going to be 2-on-1 comms right here in the middle. There is a point defense down here too. It looks like that he paused everything else to make the point defense because he has unfinished buildings over here. He's got unfinished buildings over here, and they're just working on building this point defense just to help get Achieved Jaguar and Mistake Not out of Turkish's base. But even still, it's a 2-on-1, so the odds aren't looking too well for him. But he does have Zuis, he does have his point defense, and it looks like his teammate did send some engineers over here to help him. And it looks like that Achieved and Mistake are going to retreat. They're thinking it better than to stay here and possibly risk one of their commanders. Meanwhile, it looks like that Code Pants is over here in the water. He probably reclaimed the cruiser, and it looks like that Dr. Schniz is finished his reclaim over here. He's going to get an upgrade. It's on his right arm, so it's probably gun. He said CPD, so I'm guessing that they saw the PD and decided to retreat. Meanwhile, the Zooey is going to go out and try to chase them, even though the Zooey can't attack them from underneath the water. Meanwhile, we have Code Pants over here, who's still building his home eco. He's got 9 P-gens right in this formation. This must be a template. Meanwhile, we have so he's doing that. It looks like he is getting the mexes up here. He's got this. He's going to secure that mex. He's going to secure the mex down here. And meanwhile, I'm surprised they're not trying to push forward and take these mexes. They probably think it's not worth the trouble. But he is going to try to get gun comms so he can probably push up forward here. And it looks like that Battlefront is thinking something similar. He's going to try to get this forward land factory. Probably gets some units closer to the front line. Meanwhile, we do have some drops going on. We have this engineer who's moved here. He's already taken a mex and he's going to move forward. Looks like there's an Aeon factory over here that's probably from one team or the other. It looks like that the Aeon factory is from Battlefront, who's going to move here and probably trying to get this adjacency, but he's not going to get it because his teammate already took it first. And there's also this drop over here. You have 2 engineers down here that are going to, from Bone Collector, they're going to try to take this mex. But you also have this drop over here from Clinch. And so there's three engineers or 2 engineers, so we'll see who wins. and instead of building the mechs first, he's building the land factory, so he's going to be able to get military units out a lot more quickly than Bone Collector is going to. So even with the jump, the first not first the advantage in time, he is probably going to lose to military units, and this interceptor that just flew by, he's probably scouted both these engineers. So he is going to know that they're there and is going to be able to deal with it. Meanwhile, there's a bunch of Zooey spam from Chief Jaguar, who is moving towards the side of Dr. Snizz's base. Dr. Snizz does not have any hover as the UEF in the T1 phase, so he's not going to be able to deal with this if they stay in range and just use their range to help destroy the buildings from Dr. Snizz. But there is a counter push of Zooeys from his teammate Turkish Noob, is going to work on killing these Zooeys. Looks like that he is dodging, since it's Zooey on Zooey, dodging is important. Dr. Snizz did come back with his commander, and he does have gun upgrade on it, so he is going to be able to clean up those Zooeys. Meanwhile, Heaven's forward base produces this army right here, and is going to claim the areas that the mass extractors that Code Pants built. He is going to build, looks like that Bone Collector is going to claim 2 mexes for himself. Looks like that Chief is going to claim this one. So these mexes are going to go to the top side. Looks like most of these mexes went to the top side as well on the top side. But there is this one engineer who is building a point defense, going to serve as a resistance to the top side's dominance of the top side. However, the bottom side, it looks like that from this land factory, he built just a bunch of hunters. The hunters, looks like the hunters killed the engineers, and he is going to be able to just clean up and claim these mexes. So the south expansion is going to go to the south side, but the north expansion is going to go to the north side. Meanwhile, Turk is going to be pushing these Zooeys across the water towards Mistake Not's base, and the north side is going to reinforce their position down here. There is T1 Navy over here, but T1 Navy doesn't have quite the range to get to affect the battle. It can probably this sand line is probably a good indication for the border of what T1 Navy can do. You probably need more T2 Navy in order to really affect the battle on the isthmus right there. Meanwhile, the Zooeys are going to make landfall. Looks like that they are going to attack the mechs and this point defense first, but Mistake Not has a bomber going out, so she either got that in response, or she already had it on hand. But she is going to kill two Zooeys in one pass and damage the third one. Looks like the Chief Jaguar is going to help her out by getting the Zooeys there. So the bomb's going to take the last 3, and then these 2 are going to fall to the Zooeys. So that push destroyed 1 point defense, 1 mechs, maybe 2 point defenses, but otherwise is going to be stopped dead in its tracks. Looks like that a Chief Jaguar is also building upgrading gun. He's in the water, so he is safe from here. It looks like that Dr. Snizz is moving forward, and he's personally leading his forces towards a Chief Jaguar's base. Can Chief Jaguar see that coming? He can. He has radar over here. He or his teammates has radar over here. So Dr. Snizz is going to be able to push his gun com over here and help destroy the space up here. The Zooeys, they don't go down one hit to a UEF commander, but they do go down pretty. Wait, is it? Oh, they do. They have 170. Yeah. So the gun com is the gun has 200 damage on the UEF commander, so it does destroy Zooeys in one hit. I'm thinking of Thams. It doesn't destroy Thams in one hit. Meanwhile, his army is going to move up here and try to outflank to Battlefront's base. He does have some. Code Pants has gone T2. He's got Vipers in the back, who's going to be sieging Battlefront's base up here in the front. Meanwhile, we have looks like Code Pants, not Code Pants. Dr. Snizz is going to be moving forward. He's just sent an overcharge of this point defense. It just destroyed it, and it looks like that the units are going to move to this factory and kill that one too. But Mistake Not has moved in with her bombers and is going to take out a lot of units from the south side if they don't deal with it. Looks like that Bone Collector is also in the fight, but Clinch has sent his T1 air to help deal with Mistake Not's bombers, and they did kill all Mistake Not's bombers, but Bone Collector still has a bomber that's fighting, and then Mistake Not has a sizable T1 force over here that is going to clean up Clinch's air force. So that is going to be a air win for the top side. And Dr. Snizz, and so that means that Dr. Snizz and Code Pants are caught out without air cover. They do have 2. Is that a gun comp? Yeah, so it's a gun stealth comp for Code Pants, a gun comp for Dr. Snizz, and a T2 gun comp for a Chief Jaguar. So I'm not sure how that would play out. I'm going to guess that 2 gun comps will trump a gun T2 comp. but I'm not sure about that, so I'm not going to make any definitive statements about that. But Code Pants over he does here, he has gun as well, and he's going to try to push Dr. Schniz and Code Pants, but Dr. Schniz, however, he's pushing forward, they're pushing back, and Chief Jaguar's commander is right back here, so if he keeps pushing, he's going to walk to his death. But he's thinking better of it, and he's going to push backward. He did sacrifice a lot of his health, though. He's got about 2/5 health left in his commander, but Chief, Jaguar, and Battlefront are going to move their T1 forces up to help save Battlefront's commander. Looks like that the Navy fight is actually moving here, too. Looks like we have 2 frigates, 2 subs, and a destroyer against this T1 Navy over here. Oh, T2 Navy, because there's a Salem over here from Bone Collector. So the war of the T2 Navy has begun, and like I said earlier, the T2 Navy can reach across the island. So T2 Navy can threaten the land positions very well. So it looks like that Bone Collector's AC is out here. I'm not sure why. But either way, he's out there, and it looks like the Navy is probably going to go towards Clinch's side. He's got a bit of an advantage right here. It's just so he's got a destroyer, 2 frigates left to the destroyer over here from Bone Collector. He's going to run away. Meanwhile, the frigates and destroyers are going to help siege the land forces. Looks like there's another push from Chief Jaguar, who's trying to get around Clinch's force over here. There's this T2 force over here, but it's only Bangers and Vipers. I'm surprised he doesn't have any Rhinos up here. There's one right here. There's one back here. There's one over there. So how is he dealing with that? Like, what kind of build order is he putting on his T2? He's got Bangers, Banger, Rhino, Viper in that order in equal amounts. So there's going to be a lot more support units, combat units in that force. I'm not sure what to think about that. Meanwhile, the destroyers are going to help put a damper on the North's force here. They are going to try to force the T2 Navy up here back. Looks like these 2 Salems plus this Mermaid right here are going to be under the cover of the stealth field. However, looks like the destroyers are going to be shooting at Battlefront's commander. He just destroyed one of them though with his gun comm, but the other one is too far back for him to deal with, and the destroyer's killing him. He's got 2,000 health left on his commander, and the destroyer is still raining fire on him, but he's dodging. He's got a whole. He's moving. See, you can see how often he's moving his commander. He's dancing around the destroyer shots, and it's working. This frigate over here is going to try to help him a little bit, but he's still losing health. He's got 1,200, 1,200, 1,100. So yeah, he's got 1,100 health, but he's still dodging. He's doing the ACU Mambo right now. It looks like there's another destroyer coming up here. Oh, it's a cruiser. He's got another cruiser over here, so he's got 500 health, and he's moving away from the destroyer. So the more distance, the easier it is going to be able to dodge the shots. But now, he's still getting shot. He's not out of danger yet, but he's just moving around in circles. He's moving around in circles, and the destroyers are all missing. This is amazing. And the destroyers, so the destroyers have been destroyed, ironically, by these destroyers from Bone Collectors. That's probably what he's banking on. He's spinning around in circles so that his teammate could destroy the Navy and relieve his commander. Meanwhile, in the South Navy, looks like there was T2 Navy from Turkish Noob. Looks like that. I'm guessing all these Zuis destroyed this T2 factory right here, but the destroyer remains, and it is going to be able to do work against the Zuis. Looks like here's Dr. Schniz's commander, who is going to be able to clear out this push from a Chief Jaguar. It looks like we have a lot more players going Navy now. We have Code Pants going Navy. You have Dr. Schniz, not Dr. Schniz. You have Dr. Schultz going Navy. No, that is not Dr. Schultz. That's Clinch going Navy. You have Turkish Noob who went Navy. You have Mistake Not going Navy over here. So it's transitioning more from a land battle to a naval battle. Although the land battle is still important. You have these Vipers that are going to try to fight back against the Salems. This probably isn't going to work out too well, especially since the Vipers can't home. Meanwhile, that the north side is going to reclaim these mechs over here. Plus, they have a T1 force to help deal with it. If this T2 force had a lot more combat units, they'd probably be able to push forward and do a lot of good things. But as it stands, it's not going to be able to push forward at this moment. The destroyer is still surviving. There's a bunch of there's this frigate from Mistake Not who is going to help. Who's going to try to engage it, but the destroyer is going to win that fight every time. The Zooey is going to, from a Chief Jaguar, going to retreat, but it looks like the Mistake has a bunch of Wagners going across the ocean floor. Turkish probably can't see them. Okay, he can. He doesn't have full sonar coverage, but this destroyer is able to see it, and he is kind of engaging them, even though the Wagners are outpacing it. And it looks like Turkish Noob also has the Supreme Scoreboard mod, which everyone should have, which allows him to send mass at the click of a button, or 7 buttons as he's doing. Looks like the Mistake Knots Wagners have landed. They are going to attack the mexes and this factory first, but it looks like they're moving around. Let's see where their orders are. I think that was the so their orders are just move right here. They're going to take out this T2 mass, this T3 extractor, this T2 extractor that's upgrading T3. If he loses that, that's a ton of mass that he's going to lose. But Turkish Noob is going to bring his bombers in. He just needs work a little bit more, since T1 bombers still take a while to destroy T2 units. Meanwhile, it looks like that Bone Collector is building up more of a navy. He's got 4 destroyers now, and they're pushing the navy on the top side further back, and it's being accompanied by a push on the by a loss of ground for the south side and on the land. It looks like they are going to take out. They are going to attack Code Pants' T2 factory, and he is going to probably destroy it. Meanwhile, it looks like that Clinch put stealth on his commander. He got stealth torpedo on his commander. Interesting. So he is going to be able to fight back against destroyers, although probably not against 4 of them. Looks like that on the south side, looks like that Turkish Noob is going to fight back against the Zui swarm. The bombers, of course, are going to be able to do pretty well against them, but they are going to fall to air cover. So the north side still has air control, so the bombers aren't going to be too effective until they regain control of it. Is that a Sting right here? It's not. It's a Riptide. They have the same weapon. Okay, so these Riptides from Dr. Shin's are going to help fight back against Mistake Knots Navy, plus the Zui spam. The Riptides are going to do absolute work against the Zui spam, since they fire quickly and they move quicker than the Zuis do. Then the Zuis can aim their shots. So if he keeps them moving, the Zuis won't be able to hit the Riptides, and he'll just be able to clean them up. He did rebuild some of his factories, though, so he's going to be able to get frigates out again. Meanwhile, here, Mistake's commander is up here. She's got torpedo on her commander, and it's attacking the factory. The T1 factory doesn't have a lot of health on it, and even though the engineers are repairing it, it's still losing health. The Riptides over here, they did kill the Navy over here and force Chief Jaguar to pull his Zuis back. But his Navy is still under threat from Mistake Knots commander, who is still, you see, now it's almost dead. It's only got about 600, 500 HP left. But it looks like that Mistake, is she retreating? No, she's not. She's still attacking. Okay. And it looks like that the factory did go down, and the Bone Collector is going to kill Code Pants. I was going to say he was going to siege Code Pants' base right here, but he just killed him. So Code Pants ACU was in the water, and the destroyers just completely took it out. So there's all of his eco gone, all of his units gone, and so that just hurt the South team. But there is enough Navy from Clinch here on the south side to force the top side to retreat. It looks like there's this Exodus class destroyer, so we do have T2 Navy from Battlefront, plus a Flood, a T3 sonar who was moving with Bone Collector's Navy, was still just to provide some mobile stealth from him. I'm not sure exactly what the mobile stealth, like the Cybran T3 sonar has stealth on it, but I'm not sure how wide it is compared to the Mermaids. I'm not sure if that's better than putting Mermaids out there for that purpose. But it is also providing a huge radius of sonar for him, so it's probably worth it for him to do it just for that moment. So yeah, it's got Omni radius right here and sonar radius over here. So it looks so it is the entire map from this one location in terms of Navy from him right there. So it is a good thing to have. Looks like Mistake Knot is going to clear the rest of the Navy out from Turkish Noob. Turkish is trying to put some torpedo defense in the water, but Mistake Knot is still going to destroy those. The Cybran torpedo upgrade is really powerful. I'm noticing it can hold its own against a lot of Navy ships, a lot of T2 Navy ships. Meanwhile, you have looks like that the destroyers and cruisers are going to push back. He's not moving his Navy at all. That's the best way to counter Aeon Navy, since the shots move so slow and they have so low a fire rate. If you just keep your Navy moving, then they can't hit them. But looks like that there's some Cyber Navy over here that's going to help him. So both navies are going to move against each other too now. So the winner of this will get a pretty good advantage. If Southside wins this, they might be able to push them back. But if they lose this, then they'll be surrounded on all sides. Since they've lost the South Side Navy. They're going to lose. They might lose North Side Navy. They did lose this foothold on the top expansion, but they do have the South expansion, so they do have these mexes down here, and they are being upgraded. So Clinch is going to have some extra eco from that. Excuse me for a moment. Then the looks like that there's going to be another push from a Chief Jaguar. He's going to push forward, but the Riptides are just going to completely stop it in its tracks. The Enzines are going to move over here and stop them in its tracks too. However, it looks like Mistake Knight does have T2 Navy. She just got out a destroyer, and the destroyer are going to be able to engage the Riptides and the Enzines from range. Meanwhile, you have the destroyers over here that are forming a line, and they're all going to they're all going to attack this naval factory. So just like Code Pants before him, this naval factory is going to go down. However, it looks like that Dr. Shiz does have a Ravager, and the Ravager has the range it needs to engage this navy and the power to kill the ships. So here's one destroyer that just went down. It's probably going to target the other ones. Looks like a Turkish noob just threw out the GG though, so he is going to probably give up. But he's still building. He's building his T2 power generator over here, but he's going to be losing navy. The north side is going to be losing navy. It looks like that Dr. Schniz is going to send his Riptides out to help deal with this. But Cyber Navy is, it's pretty good at destroying hover units, since they have pretty good firing ships. But it looks like they are going to be able to just surround this cruiser en masse and destroy that one. Looks like that they're trying to take out this destroyer, but the destroyer has a lot more health than the cruiser. So the Riptides plus the Ravager are going to help take the Navy down to lower health. But the Aeon Navy down here, as sieging Clinch's Navy, this was a Control K. Looks like that Turkish noob gave up and is not wanting to play anymore, which kind of signals the end for the South Lane. Which is it's always disappointing when people quit out, but it happens, and I can understand if people don't want to play a game that's going to be hopeless. Meanwhile, you have a Chief Jaguar who's got a T2 TAC gun comm, so we'll see how he does with that. It looks like that the Navy on both sides. You have Mistake Not sieging Dr. Shiz from the left side. You have Bone Collector and Battlefront sieging the base on the right side. So Dr. Schniz is building up. He's going to be doing what the UEF does best, and that's turtling up. He's got his two shields right here, which are going to regenerate really soon. Almost in time. The shield popped up as the destroyer shot was inside the shield, so it didn't help. But the other shield did get up in time, so it is going to help protect this area. But the T2 power gens did go down. He's got T3. He's got T3 gun comm. So that is going to be one powerful commander if he can make use of it, but he might not have the eco to do that. Oh, he's actually overflowing. But he only has 300 power, though, so he's not building anything, so that's why he's overflowing. Meanwhile, the T2 Aeon Navy is going to be sieging, taking out all the economy from Clinch, and it looks like that the TAC pack from Chief Jaguar is going to just help destroy the Navy from Clinch. He might actually be trying to snipe him. Actually, I might be trying what he's doing. Here's the tactical missile coming. He just broke the water, and it is going to be moving north. So it's not going for the commander. It's going for the Maz extractor right there. So there's all the economy. They can't rebuild it because the Navy is going to just destroy it if they try. So that's probably the game right there. I'll call it right there. It looks like here's the where's Clinch's ACU? Oh, here's Clinch's ACU is over here. He's got torpedo as well. He's going to try to march into the water with a Chief Jaguar, but to try to help kill him with torpedoes. But Chief Jaguar is going to move out of the water just to negate that advantage again. Looks like that he's going to move forward. Is he going to fire his TAC launch again? I'm not sure. But you have the I'm just going to speed this up. It's a done deal anyway. The destroyers are moving on land and are going to just take out Dr. Sniz's commander. There's a point blank. Move it back down again. The point blank TAC pack from Chief Jaguar. I don't think it hit, but he's still at a low health anyway. He's got Corsairs attacking his commander, but Chief Jaguar has such a large health advantage on Dr. Schniz that he's going to win this anyway, even if he just uses commander, even without the Corsairs or the Navy helping him. So point blank shot to the face with an overcharge to finish it off. Just Seraphim ACU finishing off a UEF ACU, just like the opening cutscene to Forged Alliance, with an overcharge. And Clinch just called it too. He's going to he's just going to probably blow up his comm. Either he blew up his comm or Mistake Not killed him. But either way, it's a good game for the South Side. They played well, but the North Side was just too much for them. All right, so that's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this cast. I noticed that during the cast I was kind of being a little lazy with the microphone, holding it a little bit lower than I should have. So I apologize if there were volume swings during that, since the further away my mic is from my mouth, the quieter it will be. So I hope that didn't bother you too much, or hope it didn't bother you at all. So that's it from me. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and this is Everyone with Six signing out.